Let's jump to what you had to say, and the first comment comes from Gut Punch News. He says, "You keep explaining finances to people who don't understand nor care. It's unfortunate that our monetary system is based on debt. As a nation, we are near $1.08 trillion in credit card debt." Gut Punch News, thank you very much for the comment, and I do think you're right. Most people don't understand and or don't care about debt, about properly utilizing debt, or staying out of debt. One of these things is very easily solvable, not understanding it. If somebody doesn't understand how to utilize debt properly or how to avoid falling trapped to these predatory lending practices, how do you resolve that issue? By education. That's what I am hoping to do by sharing this information. Make it so people who don't understand might eventually understand. So although I do agree most people don't understand it, I don't think that's a valid criticism or reason not to talk about it. Then, as far as people not caring, again, I do agree that most people don't seem to care about being in crippling amounts of debt, although I would argue once somebody's in that situation, they really do start to care and maybe dream about the day that they aren't having to pay $600 a month to pay off something they bought 6 years ago. So I think people don't care when they're getting into debt, but when they are in debt and they have to pay that back, I think that's when they do care. But when there is a majority of people who don't care, that also means there's a minority that do care. And I am not creating content here that is simply focused on what the majority wants. I want to talk about stuff that I care about and stuff that I think can improve people's lives. And if I think informing people about how to properly view debt is going to improve their lives, I will talk about that, even if it is a minority that is interested in that. But also, there are a number of people who listen to this show who are under the age of 18, meaning unless their parents sign them up for a credit card, they currently aren't able to get one. So when they go to college and there are those predatory banks sitting on campus trying to sign up everybody for a credit card, hey, little 18-year-old kid, come over here and sign up for a credit card and put yourself into a crippling amount of debt. When they see that, hearing me scream about it for 300 episodes eventually, maybe it will have burrowed into their brain. So when that banker comes up and says, hey, don't worry about it, it's just a credit card, you just have $1,000 to spend, and they don't remind them, you have to pay that back. I'm hoping that by screaming about it so much, it might actually stick in their brain. So when that predatory dude does come up and say, here's a credit card, they can either say, how about you go F yourself? I don't trust you. I'm not going to go into crippling debt just so you can meet some kind of sales quota with your bank. I'm not going to do that. Or they can say, sure, banker man, go ahead and give me that card and then use it smartly. Don't ever have a balance at the end of the month. Don't ever pay interest on it. If they can do either of those things, based on me screaming at them about it, I think it is worth me talking about, even if the majority of people don't care or don't understand. I think ultimately it will eventually, hopefully, at least impact one or two people to not get into a terrible financial situation. And if that is the case, then I think I've done my job. I am perfectly happy annoying everybody to help one or two people not go into financial ruin. So I understand what you're saying and I appreciate the comment like always, but I'm going to continue screaming about it because it's what I do. I'm a curmudgeon. So thank you very much, Gut Punch News. I appreciate ya.